sports, everybody. Hope you're having an amazing day. I'm here to go over my NFL Saturday game picks for December 27, 2025. We have the Houston Texans at the Los Angeles Chargers. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Green Bay Packers. Before we get into the review, please hit the like button, subscribe button to the YouTube channel for more great content coming up. First, we're going to start off with the Houston Texans at the Chargers. This is really simple for me when it comes to both of these defenses. I think both of these offenses are going to struggle just because of how great these defenses are. The Houston Texans defense has two players on this team, Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter. Both have over double-digit sacks, which is basically 10 sacks. Both of these guys. This is a monster duo on this D-line. You saw what they did to Josh Allen by sacking him 6 times. And by the way, again, I repeat this every single week. The Chargers' 2 tackles are gone for the season. Slater's been out since preseason, and Joe Alt has been out. So now when you look at this Chargers offensive line going against this Houston defense, Justin Herbert is in trouble. Now, again, do I believe in Justin Herbert as a quarterback right now more than C.J. Stroud? Yes, because I think he's just a better quarterback, and he has more talent on the offensive end in this game. I think that they're going to get after Justin Herbert, so he has to get rid of the ball fast, because once he gets a lot of pressure on him, he does like to turn the ball over. Last year, he only had like 2 interceptions. This year, he has 12. He has 10 more interceptions than he did last year, which is not a good thing, but I understand it because being under that pressure and trying to get the ball away, you're going to make more mistakes than you're prone to do versus last year when you had both of your tackles there in the game with you. So for now, the Houston Texans defense just has to continuously blitz and go after Justin Herbert if they want to be successful in this game. Now, as far as the Chargers defense and C.J. Stroud having a bad offensive line, his offensive line is just terrible. I still don't understand why they traded Laremy Tunsil. There was an alleged or rumored report that they traded him so that they could continuously rebuild this offensive line right now while C.J. Stroud is on his rookie contract, which again, even if you have Laremy Tunsil and before you trade him, you can easily draft a left tackle. If you're good at scouting, draft a left tackle to replace the tackle that you have and the draft pick that you traded him to wind up getting for him. So at the end of the day, I think it was a bad move because at least his blind side could be protected, but now he doesn't have that. These past 2 weeks haven't been that bad for C.J. Stroud. Their offense did struggle against the Raiders. I know Max Crosby was basically there. I was surprised that he didn't have a sack in that game. But man, when you look at Houston's offensive line, you worry about C.J. Stroud because their offense is not all the way together. Their running game is not really there. Nick Chubb, listen, I'm glad to see Nick Chubb recover from that injury that he had sustained, almost 2 years ago. But he's just not the same runner. The offensive line is really bad. If they had a good offensive line, you'll probably see much better out of Nick Chubb. But for some reason, they decided to trade their best offensive lineman, which is not a good thing. And their offensive line has not been good. Nico Collins has been good. 68 catches for over 1,000 yards this season, which is absolutely a great thing for Nico Collins and C.J. Stroud. Again, this Chargers defense has to get after and just blitz. Jim Harbaugh is doing a great job with this team. The Chargers are 11-4 and they're 6-2 at home. The Texans are 4-3 on the road, and they're 10-5. This game is going to be a defensive game. I don't see this game being a shootout like you would see other games on later on in the week or whatever the case may be. For me, this is going to be a defensive game. It might be a slow game, might be a boring game. The score might be 13-10 or 13-3 or whatever it might be. But this is going to be a defensive matchup. It's actually kind of hard to pick this game, but coming into this game, both of these defenses are great. So it's like, who do you trust more? Do you trust C.J. Stroud or do you trust Justin Herbert? And if they go on to win this game, the Texans will be 11-5 and the Chargers will be 11-5. So it kind of works out if the Texans do win this football game. But for me, I trust Justin Herbert a lot more just because even though he takes a lot of punishment, C.J. Stroud does too, I believe that Justin Herbert is going to get the ball out just a little bit more faster than C.J. Stroud. Again, C.J. Stroud is going to be a lot of pressure. Again, he has Nico Collins and a good tight end, but at least Justin Herbert has a good running back. Even though offensive line's banged up, a good running back in Hampton, a good wide receiver in Keenan Allen. Not a great wide receiver anymore, but he's still a good wide receiver. You still got Lack McKinley. You still have pieces on this offense to keep rolling. And I trust Jim Harbaugh more than I trust DeMeco Ryans. There's no disrespect to DeMeco Ryans, but I trust Jim Harbaugh and experience more and the defense coordinator. Like, again, this is not going to be a shootout. If this game is a shootout, then that means both defenses are just playing absolutely horrible, which I don't see. These are top 5, top 10 defenses in the NFL. So for me, I'm going to pick the Chargers in this game. Although the Texans win, I won't be surprised, but I'm going to take the Chargers because I trust Justin Herbert more to get this game out because he's been tough this whole entire year. C.J. Stroud has been too, but I mean, coming off of surgery, you're on your left hand, even though that's not his throwing hand, getting surgery, coming off the table, getting right back into the game, and winning, and only have one hand basically to catch the snap with. And the way he catches the snap too, it just looks awkward because of his hands. So for me, I trust Justin Herbert more in the situation. It's not a knock on CJ Stroud. It's just the way that Jim Harbaugh is coaching his Chargers team. And they're doing a great job, both coaches, but I trust the Chargers more to get this victory against the Houston Texans. So I'm going with the Chargers. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens at the Green Bay Packers. We'll see if Jordan Love is going to actually give it a go, in which I just looked it up, and he will not. He's been downgraded to out. I'm glad I looked it up before this happened. Lamar Jackson is also doubtful for this game. If I'm Lamar Jackson, try at least suit up. I don't know what's going on with Baltimore. I think they're going to be made changes in the offseason. We'll see if Malik Willis plays, but I'm going with Green Bay. I don't trust Baltimore at all. They have Tyler Huntley. They have Cooper Rush as a quarterback. I don't trust anybody. Lamar Jackson is getting doubtful. Do you trust Tyler Huntley or do you trust Malik Willis? I mean, he did play well last week. You know what? I'll trust Malik Willis more in this game than I would trust Tyler Huntley. I trust Green Bay's defense more. Again, Baltimore hasn't played well this year. They're 7-8. Even if they win this game, they'll be 8-8. The Packers will still be in the playoffs to me. The Packers are 9-5-1. They're 5-2 at home. Baltimore is 7-8 and 4-2 on the road. Again, both offenses. For the Baltimore Ravens to win this game, they're going to have to run the football with Derrick Henry continuously run the football. Don't put the ball in Huntley's hands. Limit Zay Flowers and his catches because for some reason he just loves to fumble. No disrespect to him, but he just be fumbling all the time. And it's nonsense how he just cannot hold on to the football and not realize that somebody's actually behind him. It makes no sense. Green Bay, on the other hand, they surprised me last week by how much pressure they was able to get even without Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons, they weren't getting a lot of pressure without him being there. He was the person that got the most pressure on that D-line. I think for me, the Packers are going to win this game. They're in Green Bay, first of all. Second, Malik Willis did play well last week. They went to overtime with the Bears. I know they lost that game, but this week I think it's more important for the Packers to win again to keep them in that spot. Jordan Love being out this week, I don't know if he's going to be doubtful for even next week after that. So it's like, do you give him the 2 weeks to recover from the concussion and then after that have him come back for the playoffs, or do you have him come back next week? I don't know. But this game being on Saturday night again, which was my problem, which I'll get to in my review on Sunday about having these games on instead of flexing them out when there's no need to see these games. There's no need to see Green Bay Packers in prime time versus a Baltimore Ravens team that's horrible. And I know they do these schedules beforehand, but they need to start flexing these games out and putting them at 1 o'clock. It would have been better if I just saw the Steelers versus the Browns on Saturday at 8 o'clock, but we get this. Again, I'm picking Green Bay. The Green Bay Packers and the Ravens are not really playing for nothing. I guess you say Green Bay is playing for position and seeding, but the Ravens ain't playing for nothing. They ain't making the playoffs. They're a bad football team. The defense hasn't been what we thought it was going to be. Lamar Jackson did not play to the standard that he's supposed to play. Derrick Henry played to the standard, but he did fumble a lot this year. But in this football game, you should go with Green Bay. I'm picking Green Bay Packers. If Baltimore wins, does it really matter? Not in a long shot because Lamar Jackson is doubtful and he's hurt. Take Green Bay. Take the Chargers. Don't be surprised if the Texans win. But if the Ravens win, that means something went wrong with Green Bay. That means something absolutely went wrong with Green Bay that they would lose this football game. Other than that, Packers over the Ravens, Chargers over the Texans. Let me know in the comments section down below who you're picking in this football game. Do you think these games should have been flexed out? How do you feel? What are your overall feelings as a Texans fan? What are your feelings as a Chargers fan? What are your feelings as a Ravens fan? How you feel about the season, how it went this year? And what are your thoughts as a Green Bay Packers fan and how the season is going so far? We have one more week of the regular season to go. So let me know in the comment section down below. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and join the channel for more great content coming up. Until next time, guys, see you real soon.